Alright, today is September 5th, 2022, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. First things first, where is Christopher Hauser? Now, Christopher Hauser has not been seen since late July at the very earliest. July 27th, I believe, is the last time he supposedly made a video and uploaded it to his Telegram group. And no one has seen or heard from Mr. Hauser since. Now, there are a lot of people coming into the group, new people who have seen his video, especially in the past couple of days. Somehow they're being exposed to his video again, and they are coming in and they're saying all kinds of things like, "Oh my gosh, Mr. Hauser, I'm so happy to be here, blah, blah, blah," not knowing that Christopher Hauser does not frequent that group. What I did see on the group about, I'd say a week ago, was a post from an account that said Christopher Hauser, and it had owner right next to it on the Telegram group. Now, if you know anything about Telegram, you know that you can't just add your own title to your name on Telegram. You have to actually be an administrator in order to have that ability. So, that lets me know that whoever posted as Christopher Hauser is an administrator on that group. Now, just because the account says it's Christopher Hauser and it says owner, does not necessarily mean that that was Christopher Hauser controlling that account. Especially since what he posted about had absolutely nothing to do with the group. It was a post telling people not to invest in Bitcoin scams. So if someone sends you a message on Telegram talking about Bitcoin, you're supposed to ignore them or report them. That's what his post was about. He made no mention about the 1099-A process, made no mention about anything else, didn't answer any questions, didn't engage in anything going on in the group, never had any sort of discussion with anybody, just came on, posted that, hasn't been seen since. Wasn't seen before that. I've never seen any post inside that group from anybody running that particular account. That's the first time I've ever seen an account that allegedly belongs to Christopher Hauser come out and say anything. Now, does that necessarily mean that Christopher Hauser is out and about and doing his thing? I don't think so. My personal belief is that Christopher Hauser has done something to violate his parole, and they've locked his ass back up. That's my belief. Because I don't subscribe to this idiotic notion going on in the group that Christopher Hauser is out there studying for the betterment of the group. That has to be the dumbest fucking thing I have heard in my life. These people are so deranged, so deluded, that they come on there assuming that because Christopher Hauser isn't seen in the group, he isn't making any more YouTube videos, he isn't talking to anyone, that means he's studying so that way he can help everybody. I mean, are you crazy? Are you fucking retarded? Is there something wrong with you? Did you just get out of a mental institution? What's going on? The man hasn't been seen in more than a month, and your assumption is that he is doing more research and more studying for your benefit, to help you, the little guy, fight against the big old bad American government, who obviously they owe you something, and now you're here to collect. And Christopher Hauser is the man who's going to help you collect. You sound retarded. You sound like you need help. That's what you sound like. There's absolutely no proof of this. And do I have proof that he violated his parole and got locked up? Absolutely not. I'll tell you right now, I have absolutely no proof. I don't even know if there's a way for me to figure out whether or not that's something he did. And I'm not interested in necessarily going and digging up and seeing whether or not he actually is arrested. Because to me, he's not there. And to me, that speaks volumes. He comes on YouTube, he teaches you all this bullshit that he can't fucking prove, and then he disappears into the night like a crackhead. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You would think this guy would at least show up to his own group, and he'd answer questions. This is the 1099A process that Christopher Hauser, he didn't come up with it. But he's promoting it. He's perpetuating this nonsense. So you would think that he would have the decency to come into the group and answer questions to help people along with the process. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Another thing I want to talk about. This is important too. This is very important, and I'm happy it just popped into my head. Because it happened last night, and when I heard it going down, I couldn't fucking believe it. Last night, just like every other Sunday night, the Christopher Hauser, the Legality Bus Telegram group or whatever, they have a conference call every Sunday night. Last night, I decided to hop on there. Now, I've never been on one of these conference calls, so I've never heard what is discussed during these calls. I had no idea what goes down. I was only in there for about 2 minutes before I got out. But let me just tell you what happened when I went in there. So I downloaded the app, I log into the conference call, and I hear a Nigerian guy running the fucking call. Now, I know a Nigerian accent when I hear it. My family happens to be partially from Nigeria, so I understand the accent. It's even when it's subtle. Even when a motherfucker who is Nigerian has grown up in England, or when they've grown up in the United States, or when they've gone to Asia and they grew up there, or Germany or some shit, it still peeks out. To the trained ear, you can hear that shit. They pronounce words a certain way, they break up their words a certain way, so you can definitely hear it. This guy running the fucking telecom was a Nigerian. Now explain to me why a Nigerian guy is running the telecom. I'm not saying there's anything inherently bad or wrong about that. I just like an explanation of why and who this guy happens to be. What are his qualifications? How does he know all this shit? And why is he running the conference? You know, Nigerians tend to have a pretty bad rap around the world for scamming people. Not saying that that's the case with all Nigerians. Not saying that's the case with this Nigerian. Not saying that at all. Just saying that they tend to have a bad rap when it comes to these types of things on a global scale. People tend to recognize Nigerians for that. And whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant to me at this point. I'm here to figure out why this guy is running the telecom and what relation he has to this entire thing, you know, and who is he inside that group? Is he the admin that's running the Christopher Hauser study group admin account, the actual account itself? Is he the guy running the Christopher Hauser administrator, the owner account? Does he have another account on there that he runs and it just doesn't say admin or owner or anything next to it? Who is this guy? And can we get an answer to that? Like, who are these people? Everybody likes to come and they like to talk about Sestake V Trust and all this other bullshit. You don't have any fucking proof. You have no proof. Your guy has been missing for more than a month. Where is this fucking guy? Why doesn't he come into his own Telegram group if he's free as a bird? What happened? The internet doesn't work in his part of the trailer park? This makes no fucking sense. Other people are running his group. He's not there to answer any questions or provide any guidance to the 10,000 people that have signed up to this group from YouTube and other places. So if he's not there and people are just in there doing all whatever they feel like doing all willy-nilly, this is why, well, this is part of the reason why you can't find any success. For those of you that are wondering why a year goes by and you don't see anybody with a brand new car, you don't see anybody that's managed to get a house, you don't see anybody who has managed to pay their fucking phone bill or their electric bill. Dude, twice this week, I saw motherfuckers in there talking about getting their lights cut off because they were too fucking stubborn to pay the goddamn light bill. Oh no, I'm gonna get this fucking 1099-A form and I'm gonna send this shit through the mail without putting a fucking stamp on it because I'm too goddamn cheap to spend 59 fucking cents on a stamp, so I'm gonna try and send the shit for free, and then they're gonna fucking magically turn on my lights, everything's gonna be okay, they're gonna credit the account. No, motherfucker, you're gonna be in the dark. That's what's gonna happen. Some of you are so fucking stupid, it don't even make no goddamn sense. About 2 weeks ago, no, within the past week, there's a woman on the Telegram group who is facing eviction. Like, seriously facing eviction. Like, the judge ordered her ass out of the fucking house already. The order has been signed. Like, she's gotta go. And she was asking for help. What can I do? What should I do? How do I stop this from going down? You know what she got in that group? Big old goose egg. Not a goddamn thing. Nobody there to guide this woman. Nobody there to show her what to do or to tell her what to do or how to stop this from going down. All this from a group that supposedly knows what the fuck they're talking about. Everybody's got some sort of understanding of a quote remedy. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody's doing different shit, but nobody can help this fucking woman keep a roof over her head. I haven't seen her ass post inside that group since then. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. Whether she's okay, whether she's safe, whether she found somewhere to go, she's staying with family or friends, she's a hobo now, she's living in a cardboard box, maybe a tent city, who the fuck knows? Haven't seen her since. All I know is the judge signed the fucking order, she had to get the fuck out. And she came on there trying to figure out whether or not there was anything anybody could do to reverse that. Didn't get one answer. So just keep this in mind, boys and girls. Whenever you're on that group and you're doing all this other shit, and you're attempting to pay your bills with all this stuff, and you're attempting to to purchase things and you're banking on the fact that this is going to go through, it's not going to fucking go through. It will not go through. And you're either going to be homeless, you're going to be without a vehicle, you're going to be in some sort of eviction process with no way out, and the people in the group who swear that this shit works will not be able to come to your defense. Because if they had shit figured out, guess what? We'd all know about it. There would be some examples of real success that somebody could look at and be able to say, you know what, that actually works because that person did it and they're seeing success and they're able to live the lifestyle that they want based upon that success. We don't see that. What we see in the group, here's another thing. Shit cracked me the fuck up when I read it. This chick in the group talking about she doesn't pay rent where she lives anymore, and for the past several years she's been sending shit through the mail without postage. It's been completely free. So and then here's the kicker. She had some 1099A forms that she was supposed to be sending to someone. The person sent her $10. And she kept the person's $10 and never sent the fucking forms. Then the person comes on to the chat. They start telling people about this. And the chick is like, oh, I don't have $10. We're like, hold on. Didn't you just get done telling us that you don't pay rent and you send all your shit through the mail for free? You got a stamp process, you got a coupon process, you don't pay for nothing, but you also in the next breath tell us that you're struggling, you ain't got $10 fucking dollars. These are the people that are in these groups. So when you're in these groups and you're listening to different people and you're hearing all these different things that they're saying and everybody's having a good old fucking time and all this, just realize that these are the people who you're following. These are the people who are a part of this movement, and these are their real world experiences based on the things that they're saying, based on their lack of proof of anything going on. How is it that somebody who doesn't pay any rent, doesn't pay for any stamps or anything else, doesn't have any fucking money, and at the end of the day can't prove that the 1099A process works for somebody else to be able to keep a roof over their head? Couldn't offer that lady any direction after a judge ordered her to get the fuck out of the house. This is why I keep trying to stress to people, when all else fails, when you have gone to the company and you've submitted your 1099A and you've submitted a conditional acceptance and you notarized everything and you did all this bullshit, after all that shit fails, the very last place you can go is court. You either give up or you go to court. If you cannot go to court and argue any of this shit, if you cannot go into court and present a 1099A and tell the court, hey man, I gave this guy a 1099A and he didn't want to accept it, then I gave him a conditional acceptance, he didn't want to accept that, you need to rule in my favor. If you can't walk into court and do all that and walk out with a W, then guess what? It's all bullshit. Every single last bit of it is bullshit. The whole point is for it to work. And you know another thing too? If it worked, it would work for fucking everybody. I am so sick and tired of this excuse that it'll work for some, but it won't work for others. You see, the people in this movement, they want you to believe a bunch of bullshit. They want the people who are perpetuating this nonsense so much. They want you to believe a bunch of bullshit. They want you to believe that this is not a one-size-fits-all thing. For some people it's going to work, for some people it's not. For a guy that it works for in March, he might try it again in April, and it might not work for him in April when he tries it. What a fucking load of horseshit. Do you not fucking realize that if you go down to the DMV and you're going to go apply for a driver's license, it works every fucking time? You don't go down there on a Tuesday and do it, and then if you go on a Thursday, it doesn't fucking work. That's not how the shit works. It doesn't work for Tim and not for Todd. That's not how it works. So where are we coming from with this notion that it works sometimes and then sometimes it doesn't? It works for this guy, but it's not going to work for that guy. One size doesn't fit all. You apply for any government benefit, it's cut and dry. It's one size fits all. There's a fucking form, you fill the shit out, you submit it to the motherfucker, they ask for whatever documents they need, they process the shit, and unless something is wrong with you, it goes through. Just like every fucking body else's. This whole 1099A horse shit, this whole, oh my gosh, I gotta trust that the government is hiding from me horse shit, none of this shit is proven any fucking where. And you can't find anybody who's managed to make it work. And the one guy who everybody is watching with a fucking 1099A from 2014, who they claim that she did that shit and it fucking worked for him, where is he at? The one guy who could explain everything to every fucking body and it'll work and everybody be okay and dancing in the street, that motherfucker is missing. So tell me, folks, what the fuck are you following? Do I have a process I'm trying to sell you? Fuck no. Why? Because I don't believe in this bullshit. I don't believe there's no fucking 1666 trust bullshit, whatever the fuck. I believe that I saw that on the UK website, the UK government's website. I haven't seen that shit anywhere on the United States government website. And how that pertains to us, I don't fucking know, and I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, and I know people are gonna say, oh man, he doesn't even care. He doesn't even acknowledge the fact that it's real and it exists. Well, if he doesn't acknowledge it, then how could he possibly know that it's not real? If he doesn't believe in it and it's right here, how could he possibly know that we're not telling the truth? Well, let me tell you something. If it was fucking real, you'd have results. Results, motherfucker. That's the only thing that speaks for itself. All this bullshit does not speak for itself. You can't show me anywhere where this 1666 STKV Act has benefited any one of you motherfuckers. You really can't. You can't show me anywhere where you've been able to take a 1099A and buy anything with it. Acquire anything with it. Use it as a check. Use it like a check. Use it in lieu of a check. You can't show me anybody who's been able to do that, and you damn sure can't show me that you yourself have been able to do that. Because I could look inside that chat and tell you a lot of people in there are wet behind the fucking ears, don't know a goddamn thing about nothing. And they're in such dire straits that they're following the methods of somebody who has completely disappeared off the fucking map. Hasn't put out any recent videos, hasn't been in the chat, He puts up some sort of fucking post warning people not to invest in Bitcoin scams on people messaging on Telegram, and yet he makes no mention of everybody inside the group asking questions, people in the group who are doing different variations of different fucking shit, and nobody getting nowhere. He's not offering any guidance, nothing. So how do you know that what you're doing is legitimate? You have no results. You have nothing that you can point to that says that what you're doing is correct. And here's another thing too. Even after people submit all this shit to the IRS or to the Treasury Department or to whoever they send it to, they have this stupid idea that, oh well, yeah, we're not gonna know if it went through or not because they won't tell us. The only thing you'll know is when they cut you a check, or when they send a check to your trustee, or when they send a check to your dealership. That'll be the only time you'll know if it worked or not. If you did something wrong, they're not going to tell you. Guys, this is all a bunch of fucking horseshit. It's horseshit. It's designed to keep you there for a long time under the assumption that eventually you're going to get what you came there for. But yet you can't find anybody in that group who has managed to get what they came there for. What you find is people talking about they paid off a $5,500 care credit card, and yet when you ask them about how they did the coupon or whatever, motherfucker disappeared. It's the same shit every single goddamn time. Everybody that comes into that group talking about they managed to pay off this or they managed to do that, they bought a car, they bought a house, they whatever the fuck, they all disappear when somebody come through and start asking real questions. Every time without failure. And you expect me, a rational human being with a brain, to actually sit here and accept that shit? To accept that as an excuse? I don't accept that, man. I reject that. Because it's bullshit. So anyways, that's all I got for right now. You guys be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Don't fall for this shit. Nobody can show you proof. Then you need to probably drop it because there's no proof to be found. If you've been searching through all these groups and you don't see anybody posting up any proof, then what the fuck are you still doing? Are you high? What are you doing? It's been more. Check Christopher Hauser's group. It's been a year. Do you see any proof? Oh, no, but it exists. Motherfucker, do you see any proof? It don't matter if you know all this shit backwards to forwards to left to right to up to down to X, B, B, Y, Y, whatever the fuck. It don't matter. If it does not produce results, then it doesn't fucking matter. Results are the only thing that gets you anywhere in this world. If you don't have results, then what the fuck do you have? What, knowledge? Who the fuck cares? If you can't use this knowledge to get you what you want, then guess what? You're learning a bunch of bullshit. If you don't know anybody who has used this knowledge to get what they want, you're learning a bunch of bullshit. So people coming in the chat talking about, oh my gosh, you guys talking about Bitcoin and you guys arguing are stopping the learning process, and it's really, really bothering me. Stop, guys. We need you guys to stay on track and to so that way we can all learn. For the people saying that kind of stuff in the chat, you sound so fucking ignorant and so stupid. It's mind-boggling how fucking dumb you sound. You can't even prove that the shit you're learning fucking works. You have no proof that it works. For more than a year, these groups have been on Telegram, and there is not one shred of proof. I mean, I just cannot get over the numbers. Tens of thousands of motherfuckers across all these groups. Not one shred of proof. And when you bring this fact up, they either ignore it or they act like it's inconsequential. The shit just doesn't matter. How the fuck could it not matter when there are tens of thousands of you? I mean, the literal odds say that that many people in one single group, one had to have been successful. At least one had. I mean, I'm just trying to be real here. That's like you rolling a bowling ball down a fucking bowling alley towards the pins 10,000 times and not getting a fucking strike. Are you shitting me? Anyways, man, I'm out of here. I don't know what the fuck else to say, man. I'm out.